Welcome back once again mga kaibigan to the Pro Gaming Series 2014 Spring Season. I am GG.Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
Ito na naman tayo ngayon sa match between Team MSI EvoGT versus Team ng Mineski. Kanina nanalo ang Team ng MSI EvoGT. Kaya bang bawiin ngayon ng Team Mineski ang talo nila kanina? Or makakaramdam na naman sila ng pighati sa kanilang damdamin sa pagkatalo against Team ng MSI EvoGT. Let's see. Bago ang lahat, tignan muna natin ang ating standings. Mag-recap muna tayo sa mga nangyaring laban kanina. Starting schedule, the same pa din. MSI EvoGT versus team ng Mineski at ang ating 8-8 ang kanilang score dito. 8 games over 8 ang kanilang panalo dito. Wargas still 5-6, MLE 5-8, Diamond 3-6, Mineski 1-5 na ngayon, MSI EvoGT 2-5.
That's right. Alright, so these are basically the teams at the bottom of the standings right now. If MSI EvoGT can pick up another win in this next match, they will receive 3 points in total today, dropping them to the fourth with 4 points, allowing them to be in the middle of the pack.
Yes!
Alright.
Napakalaking bagay sa kanila. Isang panalo naman na mangyayari dito. If ever na manalo ang team ng MSI EvoGT, they will have 3 points. If ever na manalo naman ang team Mineski, 1-1 para sa kanilang teams dito. Looking at the lineup of team Mineski, we have Kaigo, Wendell, Snowy, Sed, Shosho, or si EXO once again. Pero I think medyo meron yata pagkakabali ng settings dito. Or possible na maging si Sed naman ang kanilang AD carry. Let's see kung ano mangyayari ngayon sa lineup ng team MSI EvoGT versus team ng Mineski. MSI EvoGT on the other hand, Oni still in the mid lane, Coops in the jungle, Shishi for the top lane. Carl once again para sa kanilang AD carry at ang kanilang support na si Edgy.
Yeah, so game on na tayo. We're now in the pick and ban phase. Of course, for the purple side or the blue side right now, we have the Mineski. Their mid laner will be Mineski Kaigo, of course, and their jungler will be Mineski Wendell.
Yes.
Their top lane will be Mineski Snoy, and their carry will be Mineski EXO, and of course their support will be Mineski
I think
Sed.
magkakaroon sila ng swap ngayon since nagpalit sila ng pwesto. Sed ang gagawin nila ng AD carry at si Sosho or si EXO ang kanilang support. Yes. Kaya dapat usually ito mangyayari. Mga kaibigan, yung mga pabati-bati sa birthday na yan, maya-maya na lang yan after ng game natin. Sorry, pero hindi mo natin pwedeng batiin yung mga yan. Pero mamaya, promise, pabatiin natin yan. Especially may birthday dyan.
Yes.
Mamaya na lang yan.
So, looking at the bans right now, Mineski first banning Elise and Kassadin, while MSI EvoGT deciding to ban out Yasuo again and Vi for second time around.
Elise, on the other hand, for the ban of Team Mineski dito, and Kassadin is a very effective ban champion for their team. Kassadin kanina for Oni. Elise, kahit sinong gumamit niyan, basta magaling ang jungle, sobrang lakas ng champion na yan. Mobility, high mobility champion, high burst damage champion, the cocoon with a disable, and also yung kanyang pag-disengage, effective against their opponent. And they banned last dito ay si Rice.
Yes, and Rice have recently received some buffs, some life enhancement or some life enhancements for his build. Of course, he has a little bit higher HP at the base HP, including the range of his Q spell, which allows him to do a lot of damage in the early levels. Alright, so basically this allows him to trade much better, especially when he's using the top lane and mid lane, where you see him most often. Alright, so the last ban,
yes, very effective bans for team ng MSI EvoGT dito. Yasuo for their first ban, Vi and Decent as well. Vi is a very effective champion for the jungle. Lee Sin a very effective champion for the jungle as well. Lee Sin for Kaigo. We all know na magaling siya mag-jungle dito if ever nagawin niya si Lee Sin. And possibly nagawin niya itong mid carry. So looking at their bans, MSI EvoGT, they have Lee Sin and Vi. Very effective champion sa ating jungle. At sa kanilang champions dito, kailangan nila i-shutdown yung top lane, yung mid lane, and yung jungle dito. Jungle as a champion is a player or yung role na alam natin sobrang importante sa League of Legends. Kapag itong mga champion na ito ay napabayaan sa kanila, especially si Vi or si Lee Sin, sobrang bilis na mabuhiti ng mga champion na to. Disabled from their team. I mean, yung kanilang pag-slow, the Volt Breaker from Vi dito, very effective champion. Pero mga kaibigan, Mineski first pick Jana sa kanilang champion dito.
Stealing it away from MSI EvoGT, feeling that this is a pick that they don't want MSI to have again. Looks like they're MSI EvoGT forced to pick out a Thresh instead of the Jana, swapping it around. Haven't decided yet. Probably, I feel like they will go stick with this J4 in the jungle. And yes, it will be Sona again. And we haven't seen Sona very often in the recent games, including Jana. But with the new changes in support items, these AP supports are coming to starting to resurge once again. As you
actually,
can see,
yes. Jay, actually, with this kind of lineup of Team MSI EvoGT, instead of getting Thresh, a very good idea to get Sona instead. Kasi against Jana, sobrang mahirapan si Thresh magamit ang maayos ng kanyang champion or yung pag-utilize ng kanyang champion dito. Even tumatamaan ng death sentence ng kanyang kalaban, yes, mag-initiate siya dito with the flay, with the box, but once na mag-monsoon dito si Jana, every champion na lalapit sa kanila, magdi-disengage lahat. So, very effective for their team. Jarvan, on the other hand, if ever na mag-monsoon naman dito si Jana, kahit nasa loob sila ng Cataclysm, I think, kakalat pa rin sila eh.
They'll get popped out.
Yes. So, very good lineup for Team Mineski dito. Pero, do you think, since kinuha ngayon ni team ng Mineski dito si Vayne for their AD carry champion, sino kaya ang gagawin ng MSI EvoGT dito na kanilang AD carry?
It's really hard to tell, but looks like they decided to pick up a Kayle. I feel like the Kayle will probably be placed in the mid lane, if not in the top lane. I doubt it will be in the jungle, but of course, even if in the jungle, medyo malakas pa rin talaga si Kayle in almost any lane. So, it'll be really interesting to see where Kayle will be going.
Actually, kapag ganito kasi yung lineup mo, you have a Vayne for your AD carry. Alam natin lang si Vayne, sobrang sobrang vulnerable niya sa mga team fight na mangyayari. If ever na mag-focus fire kagad siya, he can do anything. Kaya siya patayin kagad ng any champion from Team Mineski, MSI EvoGT dito. Kanina nakita natin na MSI EvoGT picked up Vayne as their champion. Pero they have Jana. Ngayon, Team Mineski have not only Jana but also Kayle para i-support yung kanilang champion dito.
Actually, I feel like Mineski might actually go for the exact same line that MSI EvoGT used against them a while ago, except of course, since they passed Kassadin, they probably will replace Kassadin with Kayle. As you can see, Wukong and Renekton are still both open, and because of that, they might pick that up.
Napakalaking bagay dito ng Team MSI EvoGT, getting Gragas as their AP carry champion or AD carry champion. Napakalaking bagay dito with the explosive cast, kaya nila i-secure itong si Vayne kapag nahuli nila. Kapag nagkataon na with that explosive cast na lapit sa kanila si Vayne, kaya nila patayin ito kagad itong champion na to. At kahit si Kayle, kapag nagkataon na nangyayari dito, lumapit si Vayne, lumayo si Kayle, hindi niya magagamit yung kanyang intervention to save Vayne sa mga teamfight na mangyayari.
Yes, actually a tank, Gragas is very effective against Vayne because of many reasons. One, the body slam provides slow. 2, the barrel provides attack speed slow. And 3, if he goes tanky, he can always build the Thornmail to return some of that damage that Vayne is throwing out. And since with all those damage reductions coming already from Gragas, it should be much easier for the members of MSI to burst down Vayne in the process.
Yes, pero mga kaibigan, we're thinking kung sino yung band dito. I mean, yung picks ngayon na Team Mineski, gaya na sinabi mo, mukhang magkakaroon sila ng parehong champion picks dito, but they have they pick a Kha'Zix dito for their jungle, possible, most probably, or top lane dito, and Jax as well. Looking at the lineup of their team, halos tata champion dito, kayang gawing top, kayang gawing mid. Bali-bali dito kay Jax. Pero Kha'Zix can go mid, Kha'Zix can go top, Kha'Zix can go jungle, Kayle can go jungle, Kayle can go top, Kayle can go mid as well.
Well, but probably Jax will be the top laner, so we're really gonna find out who it really will be in the jungle and the mid lane between those two champions. Most likely, I feel like it's gonna be Kha'Zix in the jungle and the Kayle in the mid lane. That would be probably the most effective way for them to utilize their champions.
Pero I think with the use of that kind of champion dito for Team na Mineski, we have Vayne for Zed, and Mineski EXO will use Jana for support champion dito. So this most probably, I think Team Mineski still trying to adjust for their lineup. Nag-adjust pa rin sila, nagkakaroon sila ng mga lane swap dito, nagkakaroon sila ng mga champion picks na iibahin nila yung kanilang mga roles. Pero mga kaibigan, top for MSI EvoGT, we have Oni para sa kanilang AP carry. Gagamitin si Ziggs.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Oni versus Ziggs versus Kayle in the mid lane. Interesting matchup. Of course, Kayle has a heal, so even if he's getting harassed by Oni with his bouncing bombs and his other spells, he should be able to sustain better in the lane.
Oh, I think medyo nagkaroon tayo ng problema dito. Mineski said is still their support champion, pero nasa taas siya. Itong si Mineski EXO, and I think this is medyo hindi to pero yun nga, still AD carry sa kanila si Shosho, AD carry pa din. Mineski Exo still the AD carry for Vayne. Mineski said para sa kanila support a champion. Janna yung gagamitin niya.
Alright, so okay, looking at the junglers now, we have Kha'Zix versus Jarvan. Jarvan, of course, very strong pick. That provides a lot of crowd control, and CC with his shield, which slows members who are facing the opposite direction. Of course, his Cataclysm to lock down enemy champions like Jax. So of course, he has the leap strike, and the Kha'Zix have a jump as well. Vayne, of course, can always flash out, and Janna, of course, provide the protection. In the mid lane, of course, or in the top lane rather, we have tanky top Gragas, of course, unless they decide to go with an AP version of Gragas, then they'll have a double AP comp, and then Graga, of course, Jax will be their top laner. He should do okay against the Gragas actually in the early levels. I just realized now that Jax actually isn't a bad pick against the Gragas, especially since
actually at this point of time we're seeing na Gragas versus Jax, very tricky champion. Kaya na sinabi natin, when it comes to Gragas lineup dito against your opponent, it's all about how you play the game. Kahapon napanood natin si Yux against kay Gragas, talo siya. Pero nung last time against kay Diamonds, nanalo siya against kay Gragas using Renekton din. Pure damage Renekton din na ginamit niya. Ngayon, Jax versus Gragas, it all depends how Snoy win the laning phase dito. It all depends on how Team MSI EvoGT gank the top lane.
Yes. Actually, I feel like Snoy will win the fight against Gragas in the early levels if the Gragas will be tanky. But if it goes if a Gragas goes for an AP build Gragas, I feel like the Gragas should be able to bully Jax by harassing him with his barrel. So it really depends on how MSI EvoGT will go. If you like, we can take a look at the runes and match to find out whether he'll go AP or tanky this game.
Let's see. Ang runes nitong si Shishi for their top lane, mga kaibigan.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be a tank version.
Yan. Ayan, para makita natin mga summoners ang ating rune page for Shishi dito. 13 armor, 5.5 magic penetration, 4.0 magic resist, 8.1 health regeneration, armor penetration, and cooldown reduction. Yeah, AD so champion. No AP, AD. No APs runes dito. And looking at the masteries, is a 423-3 utilities dito. He's most likely going for a semi-carry build, pero pure tank champion dito.
That's right. So it's basically a standard tank Gragas build, of course, the top lane to sustain well. Now, like I mentioned, feeling ko Jax will probably win the first few levels, and he has to abuse his advantage over Gragas. Now, once Gragas hits level 6, it might be a little bit harder for Jax to burst down Gragas, since he has the barrel to push Jax away just in case he goes aggressive. So it will really be depending on how Snoy performs. If Snoy performs really good, he will win lane. If he doesn't play well, I feel like the Gragas will probably win the lane. Alright, so going to the bottom lane now, we have Vayne and Janna versus Ezreal and Sona. Now, Ezreal and Sona, these used to be the most popular picks in the pro teams before. We used to see Ezreal and Sona always being picked up in the same team, and very often. For a good reason, because they have a lot of sustain, a lot of poke damage, and of course they have a lot of team fight utility.
Especially kapag bababa sila ng level 6. The Crescendo True Shot Barrage combo dito sobrang effective with their opponent. Mahirapan sila mag-sustain dito in the bottom lane. The shield as well, if ever nagamitin ito against team members of Mineski.
Yeah,
pero
the Crescendo and I'm sorry, Missile Barrage coming from Ezreal can be stacked on one on each other.
And para bago lahat, mga kaibigan, you're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014 Spring Season. I am GG.Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
You're about to watch a match between Team MSI EvoGT versus the Mineski. Pero bago lahat, if ever mangyayari na naman ang problema natin sa buhay natin sa pagiging isang LoL player, alam natin lahat, kapag gamer ka, tamad ka talaga lumabas eh.
And of course, gusto mo ng skins, di ba? Para pogi yung champion mo, di ba? Pero gagawin natin.
Gusto mo magpa-change name pa, depende sa kung ano yung gusto mo, di ba? Halimbawa lang,
example, may idol
girlfriend mo, nagka-girlfriend ka, gusto mo baguhin yung IGN mo. Ito ang gagawin mo. Ayaw mo umalis ng bahay, go to epins.gamex.ph. Siyempre, pagpunta mo doon, pipiliin mo yung larong nilalaro mo. You are playing League of Legends. And select the Garena Shell denomination you want to purchase and click Add to Cart. After nun, enter your Smart, TNT, or Sun mobile number and tuloy-tuloy lang tayo dito. Napakaganda. Thank you very much for GameX sa napakagandang feature para sa ating mga
games. As you can see, like, we're looking at the loading screen. Ang ganda ng mga skin na pinili nila. We have the legendary Pulsefire S, of course. And of course, we see the Janna again with the Forecast Janna. Very nice skins to pick up. Now, of course, we also have the Etherwing
Yeah,
Akil.
it is actually
Puro pogi ang mga skins na to.
ang mythical skin ni Ezreal. Sobrang nakakatakot dito. And I think in the bottom lane, gaya na sabi mo kanina, they have the advantage if ever namabot sila ng level 6 dito. But Vayne or Mineski Exo, nagpalit sila ng AD carry eh. Kanina si Vayne, si Carl. Kanina yung Ezreal, itong si Exo. Ngayon, siya yung Exo, siya yung Carl.
So ngayon natin malalaman kung sino yung Vayne ng Pinas. Ganun ba yan? Alright. So,
para kung sino talagang mas matimbang dito sa labanan sa pagitan ng Team MSI EvoGT versus sa team ng Mineski. Mga kaibigan, game muna tayo ngayon. Ito na ang inabangan nating lahat na laban, ang pagbabalik ng Team Mineski. Will they be able to win this game or tatanggapin nila na talo sila sa team ng MSI EvoGT?
Alright, so MSI EvoGT pinging the blue buff area. As you can see, all 5 members are grouped up together. And of course, our favorite, the rubber ducky. Yes. Ni itong kaibigan nating si Pool Party Ziggs, mga kaibigan, for the team of MSI EvoGT. So, an invade coming from MSI right now. They're all here in the blue buff. When they're gonna get caught by the Gragas, looks like this might be first blood.
Forced
jump and flash.
He was forced to use his leap down para mag-disengage dito.
Now, this is very bad for Wendell. Since he's the jungler, picking up that leap will not help him clear his jungle very well. And because of this, he'll definitely have a harder time trading with Jarvan in the next few levels. He has to play very safe. He'll definitely require at least a lot of assistance coming from the members of his team to be able to take out the red buff and blue buff. As you can see, MSI EvoGT still not backing down from the blue buff area, with the 4 members still watching or trying to see if they can catch out anybody else.
Ito na mga kaibigan mo, magkaroon na mga team members of Team MSI EvoGT, pero wala pa rin nangyari. Yet, I think, kanina na secure ng mga jungle buffs nila dito. Gaya na sinabi natin sa laban to.
That's right. Alright, so we can see now Vayne who's gonna help Wendell here with the red buff, like I mentioned a while ago. Because Kha'Zix did not go for his other 2 skills, which normally help him clear the jungle faster, he'll really require the help of Vayne to take out the red buff as quickly as possible and then transition to the blue buff area.
Tingnan nila kuha ng mga jungle buffs dito. Master Wendell, Mineski, Wendell picked that red buff for his champion dito. And I think in the mid lane, Kaigo versus MSI EvoGT Oni, ang advantage dito for Oni yung kanyang poke damage against his opponent and din yung mabilis na pag-clear niya ng wave. Pero take note mga kaibigan, Mineski, Kaigo in the mid lane can still clear the wave as fast as possible against his opponent kasi meron siya ditong third skill na kaya mag-clear ng wave kagad. Pero take note mga kaibigan, kapag nawala na yung buff nung kanyang third skill, kaya siyang bigyan ng advantage dito. Kaya siyang bigyan ng disadvantage dito sa top lane, sa mid lane, with the poke damage coming from Ziggs, the bouncing bumps, and yung kanyang landmines dito sa laban nila.
Yes. Did you see what skill Jax got for his first level? Was it his helicopter skill or was it leap strike?
For Jax, he poured down yung kanyang leap strike and empower as well.
Right,
so wala pa siya ditong third skill o tinatawag natin counter strike or yung helicopter skill niya. Kung saan nakikita natin dito, yung top lane is being harassed by Shishi dito. And ito yung maganda kay Gragas as a champion mo sa top lane. Kaya mo siyang i-harass ng sobra, hindi mo iisipin yung mana mo kasi meron siyang Drunken's Rage.
That's right.
Kapag sinugod niya yung kanyang kalaban, ang bilis ng cooldown ng kanyang body slam dito. Almost 4 seconds, if not mistaken.
It's 6 seconds in the first few levels and then it goes down to 4 seconds.
10.8 seconds. Imagine, ganito kabilis ng cooldown. Kaya niyang i-harass sa kanyang kalaban dito, pero will coming from Mr. Mineski Wendell dito. In the top lane, he was ignited, but they are not wasting the time of forcing themselves to get the life of Shishi dito. But mga kaibigan, ignited, nagamit na ngayon netong si Mineski Wendell yung kanyang flash dito. Also yung ignite from Snoy in the top lane, and I think mahihirapan dito si Snoy kapag naipagsabayan siya kay Shishi for the next few seconds na laban dito.
Yes, alright. So look, as we can see right now, Sona and Ezreal doing a really good job of pushing the lane of Vayne here under the third. Of course, Vayne doing a little bit behind in terms of CS right now. As you can see, Ezreal has 24 CS while Vayne only has picked up 15. Let's see how many CS he should be able to pick up under his third. Now, Snoy, like I mentioned a while ago, should have the advantage in the first few levels against Gragas, pushing the lane as well on the opposite side of the map. Now, it really depends now on the junglers to make some plays for them to be able to pick up a few kills.
Actually, pag nasa top lane ka, if you were against Gragas, you can't be the champion na nagiging play safe dito. You have to be aggressive. You have to make sure na you will win your laning phase against si Gragas dito. Kasi hindi mo pwedeng sabayan ng farming itong si Gragas eh. If ever na pareho kayo tumaba, pareho kayo kumuha ng enough na CS dito, Gragas can still dominate you. Pero Agak coming from Coops dito in the top lane, trying to get the life of Snoy dito. Amidst Dragon's Rage and Dimasha standard against his opponent, but they are still chasing Snoy dito. With that helicopter skill, they have to disengage in the top lane.
Yes, that's right. Alright, so now here in the bottom lane right now, the jungler's not present here, so both EXO and Zed can basically farm comfortably here, just making sure to avoid those kill shots coming from Sona and Ezreal. Alright, so as you can see, Ezreal still way ahead of EXO here in CS. As we mentioned before, since Vayne has a short range, he definitely has a much harder time last hitting the minions compared to Ezreal, who was able to sustain better with the Sona in lane.
Alam mo, naparaking bagay dito ng shield ni Zed against with his teammate in the bottom lane or itong si Janna. Kasi bukod sa meron ka ng shield na makukuha dito, may bonus damage pa for the AD carry dito. At kaya nila lumamang if ever na magkasabayan sila dito ng teamfight. Pero mga kaibigan top lane, Snoy taking so much damage with that body slam and the explosive. I mean, with that barrel roll combo galing kay Shishi. And alam mo, Jay, napapansin ko dito sa top lane Atake Gragas don't usually pick a barrel roll para sa kanyang skill dito.
Yes.
Usually pinipick dito body slam sa kadalangan stage lang Pero
yes.
I think against Jax you have to you have to put down yung barrel roll din naman as well to against your opponent. Kasi dagdag poke damage din yun. Kaso dagdag bawas sa mana niya if ever na makipagsabay siya against his opponent.
Yes, and also another thing I'd like to point out is the barrel roll lowers the attack speed of the opponents it hits. And since we all know Jax gets stronger the faster he attacks with his passive, that barrel counters the passive of Jax.
So mabawasan yung attack speed niya dito.
Yes,
pero mga kaibigan, Snowy versus MSI EvoGT Shishi in the top lane, Shishi can respond very well since level 6 na ngayon si Snowy dito. At ang ginagawa niya, every time na bago mag-proc yung kanyang third skill, he will jump in another advantage for his champion sa pagbigay ng poke damage against his opponent. Pero mga kaibigan, in the bottom lane, Agak coming from Kha'Zix dito. Will they be able to secure another life of 2 champion of Team MSI EvoGT with the heal coming from Edge dito? He was exhausted. Wendell still takes so much damage but they have to disengage dito sa laban na to.
Yes, actually Wendell missing his skill shot there, unable to slow down the 2 members of MSI EvoGT, and because of that, they had to disengage that. Wendell going back into his jungle, looks like EXO should be able to resume his farming here. He's only about 7 CS behind, so not so bad coming from EXO, doing a really good job of matching the CS of Ezreal right now. Alright, so this is a pretty quiet game. As you can see, it's already 7 minutes into the game. No dragons yet, no first blood yet. Both teams playing a bit passive, aggressive but careful at the same time. Alright, looks like Jarvan coming here to gap Kaigo.
Yes, mga kaibigan, take note, level 6 si Kaigo dito with the intervention. If ever na maki-initiate siya dito against the support, rubber dak from MSI EvoGT only in the mid lane has been popped out, but they have to disengage once again. Kaigo with that intervention, if ever na magpumilit ng team MSI EvoGT dito, take note, walang mana itong si Oni para maggamit ng kanyang Mega Inferno Bob at still, nasa cooldown pa rin to.
Yes, alright, so Snoy still being very aggressive here in the top lane. Decided to pick up a Vampiric Scepter as a second item in a flash so that he can sustain longer in lane. So good pickups coming here from Jax, since Gragas decided to pick up a Giant's Belt just to out-survive Jax's burst damage, and of course he's picked up a few pots as well.
Sa lahat ng di nakakalam, you're watching the match between Team MSI EvoGT versus Team Mineski. For the lineup of Team Mineski, lahat ng confused. Ang top lane nila ngayon si Snoy or si Snowy at ang kanilang mid carry na si Kaigo, Wendell, para kay Wen, ang kanilang AD carry si EXO or si Shosho, at ang kanilang support na si Zed. Pero we're looking at the match between these two teams, mga kaibigan, at napapansin natin ngayon na sobrang aggressive in the bottom lane itong si EXO at si Zed against kay Car and Edge in the bottom lane, mga kaibigan. Take it, wala pang crescendo itong si Edge, kung kaya't hindi sila dapat may pagsabayan against 2 champion ng Team Mineski na meron ng level 6 skills pareho.
That's right. Actually, also for those who weren't able to watch the first game, this is the second game between the MSI and Mineski, and MSI did a nice comeback victory over Mineski in the first game. So let's see if Mineski could this time dominate and close out the game earlier, or if MSI could win the second game again to push out their lead.
Napakagod din palitan na top lane dito against kay Snowy and kay Shishi, and I think ang nangyayari dito sa laban nila, pareho sila nagsusustain ng kanilang laning phase, pareho nila sinusurvive yung laning phase dito, pero ang laki ng CS gap. I think hindi naman siya ganun kalaki. Pero napakalaki pa rin bagay dito, yung around 10 CS gap sa kanilang mga champion. Pero take note mga kaibigan, napilitang kumuha dito ng Doran's Ring si Shishi na top lane. Bukod sa meron siyang mana regeneration, pangdagdag pa sa kanyang barrel roll na skill dito if ever nagamitin niya against his opponent.
Yes, that's right. Actually, I think he decided to go for the Doran's Ring for the mana sustain. Since medyo hirap siya mag-spam ng spells. As you can see, Shishi going very aggressive right now on Jack Shishi's Counter-Strike.
Eto na mga kaibigan. So, Shishi taking so much damage dito with that explosive gas. Yes, no. After he disengage dito in the top lane with the use of that leap strike para makatakbo. But mga kaibigan, in the bottom lane, 2-man gank dito against team MSI EvoGT. Meron siya crescendo pero they're still defending that turret. Yes, crescendo once again has been popped out. Sinabayan mga kaibigan ng intervention from Kaigo dito. And they pick up a first kill in the bottom lane.
Yes, actually, good job still from Sana being able to stun Wendell and flashing away from him. But of course, the 4 members were just too strong for him to survive that. Now, MSI EvoGT grouping up here. As you can see, Jarvan jumping into using his Cataclysm and a Mega Inferno Bomb. Exo tumbling out of the Cataclysm of Jarvan, and of course, Exo having enough life. Oh,
almost enough mga kaibigan. Kung hindi lang makuha sa ng point dito with that two-shot barrage. But first Dragon for team MSI EvoGT, they be able to secure this buff. Almost enough mga kaibigan for Wendell to steal that buff. But hindi pa rin umabot. Very good job for the MSI EvoGT securing that first dragon for their team.
That's right. So looking at the gold right now, Mineski having a slight advantage over because of the CS and the first blood they picked up with the 3 assists coming from the members. But MSI doing a good response of picking up the dragon since they know that Mineski could not respond anymore. Alright, as you can see, Shishi and Snow is still battling it out here in the top lane. Doing a lot of damage, of course. As you see, Snowy being very aggressive at Shishi right now. I believe Explosive Cast is already up right now. Kaigo and Oni going head-to-head, one-on-one in mid lane. Oni without mana, forced to back away. Couldn't use his rubber ducky to escape, but because he still has a lot of HP, was able to run away from Kaigo.
Ang problema dito in the mid lane mga kaibigan, Kaigo still chasing Oni dito. Oni goes down. Nag-respond sana si Coops in the mid lane dito, but hindi siya umabot against kay Kaigo. Take note mga kaibigan, wala pang boots dito si Kaigo in the mid lane against his opponent. And it's kind of unusual na makita natin na kumukuha ng itong Spirit of the Spectral Wraith, itong champion natin sa mid lane. Pero usually kinukuha yan kapag to dominate your team in the mid lane kasi with that mana regen, yung paggamit mo ng iyong skills, advantage for your opponent. Pero I think that is most effective lamang kapag jungle ka. Pero still, it's a very good item for his champion mga kaibigan. Shishi taking so much damage in the top with that ignite from Snowy. He pick up another kill. 3-0 ang ating score in favor of team ng Mineski. So kailangan nilang gawin ngayon ay secure lamang yung kanilang objective and make sure na manalo sa laban na ito at patuloy pang i-dominate ang laning phase against team ng MSI EvoGT.
Yes, Snowy playing that last fight very smart, predicting the barrel coming from Gragas, and because of that he was not bounced back into the third but towards the wall. And of course he was able to calculate his leap strike and ignite to be enough to burn down Gragas before he dies. So good job coming from Snowy, taking out Gragas here on a one-on-one on the top lane. As you can see, both junglers were coming in to respond to help continue clear out anybody, but since both members were able to leave already, they just left the top lane again.
Napakalakas ng aggressiveness ng bottom lane natin dito, having Exo and Zed. Actually, kapag ginamitan siya ng shield ni Zed, and sabayan mo pa ng tumble niya, yung bonus damage niya from the shield and also yung bonus damage from that tumble, sobrang na-utilize ng maayos na his opponent. Mga kaibigan, Magna Inferno Bomb and a true shot barrage to steal that blue buff. Pero hindi umabot for team ng Mineski dito. O hindi na sana makukuha nila yung mga buffs na yun, but they failed to get that buff. Pero mga kaibigan, MSI bottom lane, MSI EvoGT versus team Mineski dito, 2 vs 2 with that Monsoon from Vijana dito. He was exhausted dito. MSI EvoGT Edge still taking so much damage mga kaibigan. One hit na lamang sana ay makukuha niya ang team members of MSI EvoGT dito. Pero Jano was left behind. He got the champion of Team Mineski. And also, it's a 1-for-1 exchange in favor, I think, to sa team ng MSI EvoGT since he's about to get the life of one champion. Pero nag-gak mga kaibigan si Wendell in the bottom lane. MSI EvoGT Carl with that barrier has been popped out. He can't escape with the dominance of that Kha'Zix in the bottom lane. Very good job for Wendell, responding just in time sa laban na to.
Yes, Zed a little bit overextending there, leaving his ADR with no protection there, but of course, Zero still able to pick or take up the kill on Sona there. Game over for Sona on that arcade skin, and because good thing Wendell came to respond there, because of that they were able to pick up the kill without Ted losing his life. So
for Kha'Zix, yes. For Kha'Zix so far ngayon, Wendell is still getting the same item build, also yung kanyang skill build dito, evolving yung kanyang Void Assault sa laban.
That's right. Alright, so Snowy rather, right now dominating in CS right now, over 30 plus CS in favor of Snowy. And Gragas now having a hard time. I think as long as Snowy can continue this pressure, he should continue to win this lane. Alright, Gragas decided to go back. Just a fake recall right now. And Snowy continuing his CS advantage, pushing it ahead. As you can see, barrel roll coming from Gragas to slow down the attack speed of Snowy. And Snowy is definitely gonna I feel like he's gonna snowball this game. But in the late game, we'll have to see if his effectiveness will be still good enough for his team. Alright, now here down in the bottom lane, we have EXO versus Ezreal right now. As you can see, Sona doing a really good job of poking the EXO here, and I feel like Carl and Edge right now are feeling a little hesitant of engaging them since they've lost the last two fights here in the bottom lane, and they really need some response coming from the jungle, probably from Koops of course on the Jarvan, to make some plays for them here in the bottom lane.
In the bottom lane, mga kaibigan, kita natin ngayon ng advantage itong si EXO and si Zed in the bottom lane against their opponent. Looking at the items, mga kaibigan, Bloodthirster, both the champion having their Bloodthirster, and kaya na sinabi natin dito, naging effective yun yung Bloodthirster for EXO or sa kanilang Vayne. Mga kaibigan, a miss crescendo from Edge dito. He was left behind by two members of Team Mineski in the bottom lane. They're chasing the champion of Team Mineski dito. Flash in from Koops, trying to get the life of EXO with that tumble to disengage. A good response from Wendell dito. Di masya mga kaibigan, have to use his Cataclysm to get the life of one champion of Team Mineski. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. And with that team fight, sobrang laki ng tulong dito sa pag-responde ng bawat team.
Yeah, that's a 4 versus 3 fight. Of course, both teams were able to pick up one kill. Jarvan using his Cataclysm to lock in the Kha'Zix of Mineski. Almost actually going down also to the members of Mineski. Very messy team fight coming from MSI there right now, but at least they were able to still pick up one kill. They have to play a little bit careful if they want to win those team fights. Gragas throwing out his barrel, missing Snowy as Snowy leap strikes away to safety, and of course, because of that, Snowy will definitely have a clear advantage over this.
Yes, mga kaibigan, Snowy chasing MSI, EvoGT, Shishi in the top lane, at gaya ng sinabi natin dito, you can't play Jax against Gragas na hindi ka aggressive, mga kaibigan. Shishi was about to go down, ignited. Yes, he do, mga kaibigan. One more kill for Snowy in the top lane. Very good job utilizing his champion at sobrang pagiging aggressive with his opponent. Mukhang eto na ang chance for Team Mineski to dominate this game. They're about to get the second dragon of this match. And wala magawa Team MSI EvoGT dito, mga kaibigan. Koops have to engage, trying to get that steal from the dragon, pero they got another life of Team MSI EvoGT dito sa laban na ito. It's a 2 for an exchange in favor of Team ng Mineski.
Yeah, so that's the second dragon in the game. One dragon for both teams right now. They're looking at the gold right now. Mineski has a 5k gold lead again, just like the previous game. Now, their problem a while ago was they couldn't close out their advantage, and because of that, they lost the game. So Mineski has to plan this game properly if they want to win this game, and not to allow the game to fall off the late game and allow MSI EvoGT to get back into this game.
Ito na maganda kayo sa ginagawa ng Team MSI. Team ng Mineski dito. They are getting the turrets, outer turret as soon as possible sa laban nila. Hindi nila ginagawa ng paraan. Hindi nila hinahayaan ng team ng Mineski dito. MSI EvoGT dito na masecure yung kanilang mga objectives sa laban na to. As you can see, 3-0 ang ating turret destroyed. At ang laki ng bawi dito ng team MSI. Ng team ng Mineski, especially in the bottom lane. Looking at the CS, looking at the score of the AD carries dito, even though 4 assists for Vayne, take note, 1-1-1 ang score dito ni Carl. At napalaking bagay nito yung difference sa kanilang item.
Yes,
Zil for Vayne was about to get yung kanyang Phantom Dancer that would give them the advantage dito sa mga teamfight na susunod na laban pa.
Yes, Oni actually building Spirit of the Spectral Ray to help increase his clear time in the jungle, stealing most of the camps of Jarvan right now. I feel like this might be a mistake since Jarvan won't be able to build fast enough the tanky items he needs. As you can see, Kaigo doing a lot of damage to him, and of course, since Oni had to pick up the Spirit of the Spectral Ray instead of the Rabadon Death Cup, he'll be doing significantly less damage in the early parts of the game.
Sobrang taba na ngayon ng team members of Mineski sa laban na to. Looking at the item, Kale still getting yung kanyang item dito. I think next item niya dito, having the Nashor Stood, possible na kumuha siya ng Rabadon as his next item or Zonya para sa kanyang defensive dito sa laban na to. Pero mga kaibigan, Snowy versus Shishi na top lane, still tuloy-tuloy pa rin na kanilang laban. Boxing pa rin ang laban nila dito, but almost enough mga kaibigan for EXO to pick up another kill in the bottom lane, pero nag-miss ang kanyang condemn doon and he can chase the champion sa second, third threat sa laban na to.
That's right. Alright, so EXO right now pushing the bottom lane. Of course, he has his support with him right now to protect him. Actually, Kha'Zix and Kaigu deciding on Kalo, deciding to join him. As you can see, 4 members now of Mineski here in the bottom lane. Mega Inferno Bomb hitting only 2 members of Mineski. A heal coming from Kaigu to help when the heal back from that damage right now.
Napakalaking bagay talaga ng tulong dito na Cyclone coming from Janna. Napigilan nilang mag-initiate si Coops dito. And with that, they got the minion clears sa bottom lane kanina. Snowy got a second third in the top lane still. And Mineski have to do something mga kaibigan. Nakuha ngayon ng team MSI EvoGT ng kanilang blue buff dito.
Actually, it was stolen by Kaigu, the blue buff.
EXO have to stumble as well para mabigyan ng poke damage against his opponent. Pero still, Snowy mga kaibigan, hindi mapigilan dito. Pushing the top lane. Wala siyang pake dito kay Shishi. Pero grabe ang ginagawa ito ni Snowy. Credits to Snowy sa mga kaibigan sa ginagawa niya performance in the top lane dito. Kahit full health pa dito si Shishi, kaya niyang bawian ng lahat ng damage na binibigay niya against his opponent. Pero mga kaibigan, Coops have to respond at alam na niya kailangan ng tulong dito ni Shishi in the top lane. Cataclysm has been popped out. Snowy trying to escape with that leap strike against his opponent. Dimash stun and Dragon Strike combo, trying to get drive with Snowy dito with the Ignite. Yes, another kill for their team. Secure the objective of top lane dito. But yet again mga kaibigan, we're seeing na buhay pa rin ang first tier turret in the top lane ng team Mineski. At nahihirapan ngayon ng team ng MSI EvoGT dito na makabawi sa laban.
That's right. Alright, so I feel like that what Jarvan did there was, although the pick kill on the Jax was a good idea, I feel like that was also a slight mistake, allowing Mineski to use the 4-man power here in the bottom lane, picking up another third. As you can see, Kaigu also applied some damage on the outer middle third of MSI EvoGT. And in terms of gold right now, as we can see, Mineski has about a 7k gold or 6k gold lead over MSI EvoGT. Alright, Jarvan about to pick up his red buff. I don't think he'll be donating this red buff to their AD carry this game. And of course, looking at the map again, this is actually very similar to what happened a while ago. All the thirds of Mineski are still up, and none of the thirds of Mineski have been taken down by MSI. While on the other hand, MSI only has one more outer turret left standing in the middle lane, and after that turret was down, MSI was able to come back into the game. So hopefully, Mineski does not choke again in this game and throw the game a second time around. Alright, so we see EXO picking up the golems again. As you can see, he has a 7. The CS advantage of EXO is not very big compared to Ezreal anymore, compared to a while ago. So good job coming from the jungler of Mineski, applying a lot of pressure here in the bottom lane.
Mga kaibigan, 8-3 ang ating score in favor para sa team ng Mineski dito. They are pushing the outer turrets ng mabilisan sa laban nila lagi sa MSI EvoGT. And I think sa ganitong performance ng team nila, hindi makagawa ng parang ng team ng MSI EvoGT dito. Even though nag-i-stick sila ngayon, this is the first time na magsama-sama sila 5 champion against their opponent. Take out mga kaibigan, Snowy trying to initiate dito. Shishi got stunned by his champion, mga kaibigan. Kasyento for Shosho dito. He was used. Napagad ng intervention mga kaibigan from Kaigo dito, getting the life of one champion of team MSI EvoGT. Isa 2 mga kaibigan, 2 for na exchange na pagkakataong ito. And they're about to get the 3 more champion of team MSI EvoGT, but they have to disengage. 10-3 ang ating score. Napakagandang performance from Team Mineski, especially kay Kaigu with that intervention for Shosho dito or kay EXO.
Yeah, it looks like Mineski will do a risky Baron here, knowing that the 3 members of MSI still up, including the Mega Inferno Bomb of Ziggs. Let's see if Mineski will be able to take this Baron away from them. There we see the Mega Inferno being used already by MSI EvoGT. Baron picked up by Mineski. No problem, and right now we can see Kaigo chasing down Edge here on Sona. Of course, Carl trying to provide some damage, of course, but looks like I feel like EXO actually picking up the kill.
Kung hindi na sana makatakbo na siya doon, pero with that ward guy from Team Mineski and the last hit from EXO dito, they got the life of Edgy, also the Baron buff for their team. At naku po mga kaibigan, 11-3 ng score natin. Napakaking advantage for Team Mineski dito. And I think hindi na possible na hindi na maulit yung nangyari kanina na nakabawi agad yung team ng MSI EvoGT dahil sa item build nila ngayon, also sa champion picks. Napakalaki ng advantage ng Team Mineski dito, especially sa late game.
I actually really like the pickup of Kaigo also. I feel like he's actually a lot stronger on these AP champions like Karma and Kale compared to the AD assassin that he picked up a while ago. Of course, he did actually a pretty good job also on the Zed, but in this game, as you can see, he's more effective for his team, not just himself. Alright, so Snowy actually picking up the double golems of MSI here in the top lane. Gragas unable to one-on-one Jax anymore. As you can see, Jax has already completed his Blade of the Ruin King and is almost done with his Trinity Force as well. Alright, you see barrel roll coming again from Gragas, trying to lower down the attack speed of Jax, but at this point of the game, I feel like Jax is just way too powerful for Gragas to handle on a one-on-one basis.
Hindi niya kaya tabatan itong performance ni Snowy sa ginagawa niya pag-dominate against his opponent. Alam mo, sa item build niya ngayon, Blade of the Ruin King sobrang effective niyan. Especially sa champion na malaki yung HP. Kasi napapansin mo mga kaibigan na huli na naman dito si Oni, but with that rubber ducky duck, he was saved by Duck mga kaibigan. Pero Kaigo was left behind dito. You have to use his intervention. Exclusive class has been popped out. Cataclysm from Coops dito, but he's taking so much damage mga kaibigan. True shot barrage has been popped up as well kay Carl dito. But they are chasing champion of Team MSI EvoGT with that rubber ducky duck. He was saved once again. Pero double kill na mga kaibigan for Exo dito. And yet again, it's a 3-4 exchange in favor of Team Mineski.
Yes, Exo picking up the triple kill, and now he's gonna go ahead and try to take out the third. Said all alone there, actually using his ultimate to Monsoon, of course, to push out Exo and Oni. Again, Exo picking up another kill for Mineski. The last outer third of MSI going down. Looks like Exo will, or Mineski should be able to pick up another third here. And this will be the last middle third for MSI right now.
Yes mga kaibigan, it's about time to get the inhibitor for the team. At kapag nagpatuloy ito, Team MSI EvoGT don't have enough of power to defend their turrets dito, especially yung mid lane nila na merong super minions na mga kaibigan. But still, MSI EvoGT chasing the members of Team Mineski dito, but they have to disengage mga kaibigan. Sobrang lakas ng loob dito ni Seth dahil alam niya na anytime may intervention dito si Kaigo to save a champion sa mga teamfight na mangyayari. Pero top lane being pushed by team members of Mineski dito, and MSI EvoGT can't respond very well mga kaibigan when they'll have to initiate dito with a leap to get the life of MSI EvoGT. Only he have to use Vault Assault as well para mag-disengage dito sa laban na to. And yet, I think with that purple vision ward for the team, that will give you the advantage na makita dito si Kha'Zix if ever nagmamit siya ng kanyang Void Assault to initiate.
Yes, actually Mineski still has their Baron buff right now, so you can see when they're clearing out the Wolf camp, and of course I think he'll pick up the big rate as well. And looks like Mineski has decided to go back to base to pick up a few more items. Their Baron buff should be almost over by now, so it'll be interesting to see how MSI EvoGT take advantage of this if they can stop Mineski's powerful push strategy right now. Alright, it looks like Jax or Mineski Snowy is gonna pick up the red buff as well of MSI EvoGT, denying MSI EvoGT any of their jungle camps. This will be very hard for Mineski to get back, or MSI to get back in this game if Mineski continues their very dominant performance. Alright, red buff for Mineski's Exo right now, as you can see, picking up the last minion, or rather monster in the jungle cap of for the red buff of on their side.
Alam mo Jay, looking at the items or CS ng mga AD carries natin, halos pareho lang sila ng CS dito. Konti lang yung difference nila, pero nakikita mo sa item nila na malaki yung difference nila kasi napakarami nilang kills dito ni Vayne or ni Exo, having the 5-1-5 score against kay Ezreal na merong 1-2-1 score. Pero mga kaibigan, Exo chasing Oni dito, hindi siya naligas ng kanyang rubber ducky duck, pero dahil doon one champion from Team Mineski na naman once again, nako nilagis ng MSI EvoGT dito, and yes, crescendo para mag-disengage yung Team Mineski dito, but they're still chasing Edgy dito. Double kill for Exo, and it's about time mga kaibigan to end this game with that red buff for Exo dito. Nexus turret na ang inaatake ni Exo to get the life, to get this game ended against their team.
Yes, alright, looks like the all 4 members of Mineski now taking down the third, avoiding the true shot barrage of Ezreal. Jax taking him down, Jarvan also going down, as you can see. An ace for Mineski, and looks like it's going to be a 1-1 victory for Mineski on this game, so it'll now give them each team 1 point today. So congratulations Mineski for winning the second game of the day. Sadly, of course, they almost had the first game, but with the strategy coming from MSI, they were able to get back into that game and win the first game. So it's 1 win for both teams, giving each team 1 point today.
Very good job for Team MSI. I mean, Mineski. Galing nga, comeback against Team MSI EvoGT dito.
Yes.
Looking at the lineup ngayon, MSI EvoGT versus team ng Mineski. I would give the MVP award, especially kay Snoy dito. Sobrang napakagandang performance na ginawa niya dito to stall the teammates of MSI EvoGT. Especially sa pagpugo niya na sobra dito kay Shishi. And the push na ginagawa niya, kahit nakita mo na sinasabayan siya dito ni Shishi or ni Gragas, kayang-kaya sabayan dito ang kanyang kalaban.
Yes. Alright, so like we mentioned a while ago, since EXO used the Vayne again in this game, who do you feel was a better Vayne in both games?
Sa ngayon, hindi ko pa gano'n na masasabi kung sino yung mas better na Vayne kasi Mineski dominated the game talaga.
In terms of the whole team.
Unlike kanina, MSI EvoGT did their comeback against their opponent. So, ang nangyari kanina kasi, they lost the early team fight. Pero nanalo sila pagdating sa mga team fight na nangyari. Sa mga laban nila, sa late game na.
Yes, I understand. So, in this game, EXO did a really good job with Vayne, but because
still, it's a very good
they were
job
really
for
dominating from the start to end. So, basically, tuloy-tuloy yung pag-snowball niya. Unlike a while ago, it was more of a comeback play. Alright, so anyway, good job coming from both teams.
GG well played, both teams.
Yes, for congratulations to both teams. We'd also like to thank Razer for sponsoring us this season for our peripherals, our headsets, our mouse, and keyboards, including our mousepad. Thank you very much, Razer, for supporting the Pro Gaming Series this season. And of course, we'd also like to thank Smart for their wonderful feature, the GameX, of course. GG.Sphere, can you tell us more about the GameX?
Yes, bago ang lahat mga kaibigan, sa lahat ng mga gusto magpabati, pag-chat lang kayo dyan sa ating Twitch channel. Pero syempre, if ever naman walan ka ng shells, gusto mo bumili ng champion, gusto mo bumili ng ARP, gusto mo bumili ng skin, meron tayong GameX, meron tayong e-pins from GameX. Paano ka makakuha ng e-pins? Syempre, meron kang load, especially kung smart, TNT ka, or sa subscriber ka. You will go to ebins.gamex.ph and after nun, you will select the game you are playing. Syempre, we are playing League of Legends and after that, we will, after mo piliin yung League of Legends, yun, you will choose the Garena shell denomination you want. If syempre dapat may load ka muna 50, 100, 500. So after mo mapili yung denomination na gusto mo, you will click add to cart. After mo mag-add to cart, you will type your mobile number. After may type yung mobile number mo, ma-receive mo yung confirmation code. You will send it to 3161 and after mong ma-send sa 3161, you will receive the e-pins na meron ka. Hindi yung e-pins ng e-pin, kundi e-pins, letter E, and pins for the GameX. Maraming salamat GameX, especially sa ating mga gamer na tinatamad lumabas na kanilang mga bahay. Meron na silang load, makapagkuha na sila ng kanilang mga shells.
Yes, alright. So again, thank you very much, Smart and Razer, for being our sponsors this season. Also, I saw a while ago somebody was asking how come walang stats daw yung mga players ng mga Mineski and MSI. I believe it's because they're using their tournament accounts. That's why you won't see them using that very often. Alright,
so ito na. Mga pabati na tayo mga kaibigan. Pabati daw si Leklek. Napakalaking bagay talaga kapag inuunahan mo ng I love you Nauunahan mo kagad, nakikita mo. Syempre, bukod doon, gusto ko rin batiin si Dos Marias. Ayan, yung Dos Marias Shop. At si Jerickson, good evening. Kay Unad, na kanina pa nagkakabati dito. Yung may birthday kanina, ngayon mo na i-post yan. Ngayon ko nababasahin yung birthday mo ngayon. Happy birthday sa'yo kung sino ka man. Sa NGIF Clan, sa Yeko, Batangas City. Kabati rin daw kay, ayan, yun na. Si Gerson, happy birthday Gerson. Binabati ka ni M Gaming 90091. Happy birthday sa'yo. More birthdays to come. More loved ones to come.
Hello daw kay Jerickson, Sir Joseph. Pabati rin kay Lola Chingay. Hello to you. Pabati rin kay Blues212 at kay Tyzen. Hello
pabati
to you.
Din kay kung sino man yung green pangalan na yan. Hindi ko alam kung ano sinasabi
Fizz
mo.
Mortune.
Kasi medyo naka-filter siya. Kahit masama yan, okay lang. Ayan, Fizz Mortune. Good evening sa'yo mga kaibigan. Okay lang yan.
Pabati daw sa if.clan.
Mukhang
sa
merong pinagdadaanan ng ating kaibigan. Anyway, kay Owale Mighty, pinabati niya si Recidivist. Good evening sa'yo. Kay Lola Chinchang. Napakaganda na pangalan ng Lola mo, kaibigan. Good evening, Lola Chinchang. Especially din sa birthday. Ayun, sinabi ko na yung birthday ni Gerson. Pabati raw kay Mastermind na number 1 yung letter I niya. At kay Sir Espada, pabati raw sa sarili niya. Event na ulit. Meron pa tayong ano ngayon? Sunday Aram?
Wala na. We had it a while ago. Actually, the winning team received 200 RP while the team that did that win received 100 RP. So, if ever you want to join the Sunday Aram and watch our PGS, of course, don't forget to like our Facebook page, facebook.com Pro Gaming Series. Just like and share that. Of course, all the mechanics for joining the Sunday Aram will be posted later on, and just read and follow the instructions properly so that you can join.
Pabatiin daw kay Atotski Guno at kay J. Joko. Good evening sa'yo.
Hello kay...
Kay Angelo. Yan, good evening din.
Hello kay Rodelio. Thank you for watching tonight. And also, pabati rin kay Wilmoy. Hello, Wilmoy. And thank you also for watching tonight.
Sa lahat ng LPHM Tambayan.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much.
Mga kaibigan, pinababati kayo ng ating kaibigan na si Dave. And kay Sir Reg, maraming salamat Sir Reg. Kay GG Regine, na napakamapagmahal, napakamapagkalinga. Lahat ng mapag, nasa kanya na. Also, kila Charlene Solomon. Pabati daw sa GF ni Blues 2121 na si Yam. Pabati rin daw kay Angelo. Pabati rin kay Jay. Kay Jay, ikaw yun Kay Rodelio 08 at kay RG the Great. Napakaganda naman, RG the Great. Ayun, kay Leiden Limson na girlfriend ni Wilson. Yan, good evening.
Pabati kay at Skotski Juno at kay J. Joko. Thank you.
Okay na. Maraming salamat mga kaibigan. Again, sa lahat ng mga gusto sumali at mag-grab ng chance to join the Pro Gaming Series, simply join Challenger Tournaments. Ang tournament na hindi mo kailangan maging Challenger para makasali. Mag-iipon yung mga points no. Meron tayo dyan sa Iloilo, meron tayo dyan sa Mindanao, sa Davao, meron tayo sa Pangasinan, sa Pampanga, we have dito sa Manila, at we have din as well, yun lang pala. So yun.
Alright,
anything else, Jay?
That's it. I think that's alright.
Meron pa mo gustong batiin?
Of course, I'd like to say hello to my girlfriend. Thank you for watching and supporting us tonight. And also, hello to my family and friends. Of course, family and friends of yours, of course. And of course, the rest of the Shoutcasting crew. Hello to all of you. And thank you also for giving us your effort and time.
Thank you very much sa lahat ng mga tumutune in palagi sa ating GPL, PGS, at kung ano-ano pa. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga summoners na appreciate namin kayo palagi. At sana, huwag kayong umalis kahit anong mangyari.
That's right.
Again, mga kaibigan, you're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014. I am GG.Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
Bukas ulit. Next week na naman tayo. Magkakaroon tayo ng GPL.
That's right. Next Saturday. So, tune in again at 5 p.m. or as early as 3 p.m.
PGS pala, sorry.
Yes,
magkakaroon tayo ng PGS next week. Same time slot, Saturday and Sunday. Again, I'm GG.Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
Thank you very much for watching. Maraming salamat sa lahat. Thank you again. And good evening and good night.